Now, over the weekend, President Trump went on the attack during a little bit of a Twitter tantrum that ended with him, of course, trying to make himself look better than former President Barack Obama, and therefore deserving of a federal holiday. I'm better than Obama, so I should get a day that celebrates me. I mean, you know what I just realized? Donald Trump is basically the physical living embodiment of a straight pride parade. Yep. Okay. Anyway, now this angry tweet followed a tweet that again called the press the enemy of the people. Just to give you some context here. He said, quote, "If President Obama made the deals that I have made, both at the border and for the economy, the corrupt media would be hailing them as incredible, and a national holiday would be immediately declared. With me, despite a record-setting economy and all that I have done, no credit." I don't think anyone in history has whined as much as Donald J. Trump. I mean, come on. Now, on the question of what has he done? Well, he's done disastrous tax cuts for the rich, which not only boosted stock buybacks and dividends, but also incentivized corporations to not raise wages. Yeah, we did that report last week. It's literally set up to where shareholders, and they have a legal responsibility to do this, so I understand that, said, well, no, if we actually raise pay, if we raise wages for our workers, we get less of a return on investment. No, we are beholden. Like, we are supposed to, by law, maximize profit. And that's what they did. And you know, they'll say, nobody saw it coming. Nobody knew. Nobody realized that trickle-down was again going to fail. No, we knew. We all knew. We all knew. But anyway, now, what else has he done? Presided over the death of net neutrality. And look, a lot of people might have forgotten that. It was really important that we continue to treat the internet as an even playing field, right? That we don't allow corporations to speed up or slow down access to the internet. So, but nonetheless, under the Trump administration, we've seen Ajit Pai, a Trump appointee, eliminate net neutrality. And we are continuing to try to fight to get it back before we lose the internet for good. So super important, right? Not only that, Trump has put babies in cages, threatened war with Iran, got nothing done with North Korea, despite the fact that I wanted him to be very successful in North Korea. He also remade NAFTA, which is basically still NAFTA, but with a different name. Got into a trade war with China and is threatening a trade war with Mexico as we speak. All while our economy right now is a house of cards that is actually a little too top-heavy and is waiting to topple at the next stiff wind, which would probably come from Trump's bloviating mouth. Anyway, now, and yet the media who gave him $2 billion of free media during his election and gave him enormous props for not crapping his pants while reading from a teleprompter just last week. I mean, Morning Joe, you want to talk about pathetic. Watch Morning Joe fawn over Donald Trump for literally reading from a teleprompter. I mean, it's so sad. MSNBC, lean what? Not forward, maybe backwards. But look, not only that, but of course, now Donald Trump is someone that the corrupt, he thinks the media is so corrupt and so out to get him, despite everything the media has done for him in his entire life. It's completely insane. And yet, the corrupt media, evil media, not being fair. They're so unfair after everything they've done for him. But anyway, look, okay. You know what? We live in a freaking nightmare. I mean, run by the dumbest man alive. There's no other way to say it. Because despite being the president, the most powerful man on earth, he is complaining that the media is so mean to him. If I were Obama, the media would love me and name a holiday after me. No credit, no collusion, no obstruction. I mean, it's clear. He is so incredibly jealous of President Obama. And he believes they're racist stereotypes and what is dubbed as anti-white racism against him. Now, look, that's not a thing no matter how hard-handed he pushes it. There's no systemic anti-white racism in this country. Now, look, I'm not saying you can't be bigoted against white people. There is such a thing, yes. But that's not the same as racism. And not even close to scale. But that's the reason that Trump always brings up Obama, right? He thinks they only praise him because he's black. When I'm obviously so much better than he is. No, you're not. You're a terrible businessman. You went bankrupt 6 times. Did Obama ever go bankrupt? No. Obama is actually incredibly smart. He was better. Again, I didn't always agree with Obama and his positions, right? I, for example, pushed back constantly when he tried to legislate with Republicans and do Republican ideas. That's why I was so against the ACA as it was implemented and wanted to push for a public option. Now I push for Medicare for all because I think it's the only way to go, right? And so, and look, there's video going back. And you can watch that, and you can watch where I disagreed with President Obama. But ain't nobody can say Obama wasn't a smart man and that he wasn't a decent president. In fact, I think, in my opinion, President Obama was the best center-right president we've ever had. Socially liberal, fiscally corporatist. Is what it is. But he knew how to put together a coherent sentence. He did. He actually knew how to govern, even though, again, he was to the right of most of America when he was governing. When he was campaigning, he was with most of America, but not, again, sadly not when he was governing. Donald Trump is nothing like Obama. Donald Trump is a walking reminder of the amount of brain damage a person can get from watching too much Fox News. I wouldn't name a toilet after Donald Trump, much less a national holiday. And I think a lot of Americans would agree. We would agree that we like presidents who aren't racist, bloviating, criminal con artists. Like him. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.